Hey there, YouTube. This is the Elite Master coming at you with a video review. Today I'll be looking at the high-grade Build Fighters EzSr. This is the Gundam EzSr as seen in Build Fighters Try. And in order to get all three of these guys, you'd have to buy 3 separate ones. I do intend on buying 2 more. Well, 3 more, really. But I'm going to show you what you get when you buy one kit. Now this is the base body. This is what you're going to knock down, and this is what's going to be the base for all 3 versions of the EzSr. See, it's nothing much to look at right now. But first, let's turn it into, admittedly, my least favorite of the three versions of it, the EzSr2 Eliminator. And in order to do that, we need to get this and these in there. Now then, let's go from the legs up. And I'll talk about the articulation and the final form of it. I'm going to put this kneecap on here, on the polycap joint right there. You see it's different from the one that's got on this side. Then we're going to take these little panels and they're going to go into the polycaps on the shoulders. Alright. Then we need to take this backpack, which is also going to be used universally throughout it, and this is cool. It's got multiple holes on here. I'm going to use the 2 smaller holes for the backpack here, but it's got 2 larger ones, and then one there in the back. So you can hook up, like say, the one of the option packs that comes, you can get separately. You put that on there, and then you get this cannon, which is very reminiscent of the ground Gundam cannon, only it's back mounted, and it doesn't break apart like the ground Gundam cannon does. The barrel here does, but the rest of it doesn't. That's just going to peg onto the side there. We get this missile pod. It's going to peg onto the other side. Then we get the EzSr2 Eliminator's head. And that's just going to lap onto the top. And there is the first conversion, the EzSr2 Eliminator. This is the heavy weapons version, and it in the show it was using like a camo thing and like taking pot shots at the characters like this and all that, and that's cool. Like I said, this is my least favorite of the 3 EzSrs. Most because this is it. Like, he doesn't have anything special going for him. He's just got the same backpack, and it's just the cannon and the missile pod. And a very GM looking head. Kind of looks like the GM cannon, I think is what I'm looking for here. But it's nothing special. But it's pretty cool. Now then, while I'm at this, I'm going to point out some stickers. Which for this mode, it's only got the green in the forehead, the eyes, green in the back of the head, and the white on the kneecap here. You do get a similar kneecap like this for the other side, and that also has a white sticker on that. Outside of that, that's all. At the end of the video, I'll tell you what the differences are between this and the original EZ8. Now then, let's turn him into the Shadow Phantom, the EzSr3, my personal favorite. Let's take all these parts off of him. Come on. Gotta get the shoulder arm off. Gotta get the cannons off. Missile pod off. And pop his head off. Oh, that fell off. And pull that off. Set those off to the side. Put this back on there. Now then, from the base body, we're going to come in and get the same knee pad on the other side. Make that nice and symmetrical. Then we're going to take all these parts here. Take those and all these. We're going to turn it into the EzSr Shadow Phantom, EzSr3. Now then, let's start with the arms. We're going to take these little flat pieces, which have like a opening at the front. Those are going to peg in to the arm guards here. They're a little loose. The arm guards themselves are a little loose. I had to thicken the pegs up with some glue. Might have to do that a little bit more later. We'll do that. Take these really cool looking shoulder pieces, and they're going to peg in the same way the other ones did. Just right in there. Whoops, daisy, that fell off again. And then we'll take these parts, these little white pieces which have hinges on them, put them on the backpack like so. Then we take this big radar dome, and that's going to peg in like that, and then just rest on the back for now. And then we'll take this really cool looking head, which has a green sticker for both cameras in the front and in the back, and the gray around the white chin is a sticker as well, as is all the green that you see on his shoulders. Those are all stickers. And then we have this thing, which is, it's like a radar shield. It's got a big green sticker on the front. That's just going to peg into the side right there. And what is this extra hand? And here's the barrel for the long beam rifle, but you talk about this articulation later, but that annoys me. You get this version of the beam rifle, which has this shorter barrel in it. You'd have to take apart the beam rifle and put this in there if you want to use the long beam rifle, which goes to this guy for the Shadow Phantom. But I don't want to take it apart, and I prefer the snub nose anyway. But he holds his beam rifle, and that piece falls off again. And there is the Shadow Phantom. Now then, he does a bit more than the other one, and in order to do that, you just take this piece off right here from the back, bring this forward, and it's going to hug the back of his head, and now he's in this like radar mode, and like increases its surveillance capabilities, which is cool. And this is a very neat looking surveillance mobile suit, I think. It's I don't know what these are. They could be missile pods. I don't remember what they did in the show, but that's very awesome. And, yeah, this is probably my favorite of the 3 versions of this guy. And let's take that off. And now we'll turn him into the final form, the leader of the group, the EzSr1 Intruder. I like the names of these things. Take all this stuff off, get it back into its base form, but leave on the kneecap here, and we'll leave him his beam rifle. Right. I really need to thicken that peg up. I've thickened it up already, the peg that's holding in there, because what it is, I'll show it to you right now. It's just like this flat tab that goes into this hole here, and it doesn't want to stay at all, and then that's supposed to peg into the arm. I've thickened up the tab a little bit, but I might have to go in there and give it another coat of super glue. Now then, to turn it into the Intruder, we need a few more parts. Get those in there, and we're going to start from the back. Take these boosters right here, and they're going to peg in to the side where the other back mounted stuff was. These shoulders are just going to slide on there on that polycap, and we get these things, which is an electric knuckle, which is badass. And then we get this, which is a like little box that holds the beam sabers. This is the only one of the 3 EzSrs that has beam sabers. Instead of being mounted in the sides like this, they have these big vent things on it, so it's right there. And then we take the EzSr1 Intruder's head, which is, quite honestly, It's one of the more boring of the three heads. It just looks like a Gundam head with the V-fin swept back. It's kind of boring. The coolest thing about the EzSr was its unique head, one of the coolest things. And this one's just kind of disappointing. And you are supposed to have white stickers for these V-fins, but I decided not to put those on because V-fin stickers are garbage. But yeah, that's the EzSr1 Intruder, the leader of the three. And in this part, I'll go over this articulation right now. Its head's on a double ball joint, moves forward and back, up and down, side to side, easy enough. The pack has these parts that move, and this central part at the bottom can move outward, and this tail piece can move up and down, and each of these thrusters moves around on a peg. The arms are on the ball joint polycaps that pop out, and the ball joint themselves, so they can rotate around and wiggle. They can move out at that joint, not very far, but then you use the other hidden joint in the shoulder and get out that far. Rotate at the bicep, bend the elbow at two joints. Hands are on ball joints that can rotate and wiggle. He's got a double ball jointed torso, one at the mid crunch and one at the waist. Front skirts on ball joints so you can separate. They're a little limited. Like, they only got this far, and if you try to force it anymore, so it's a split a bit. Side skirts are on pegs that move out. Back skirt doesn't move. Hips can move forward and back by themselves. Legs can go forward, back, in and out, rotate at the hip. Awesome double jointed knee. Separate moving ankle armor. Not ankle armor, knee armor. Ankle armor that moves forward and back. The hinge that can rock back and forward and back like so. The rear ball joint mounted back ankle armor, which falls off repeatedly. The foot that's on a ball joint moves forward and back, all that, and it has a toe joint in it. So this guy's got tons of really great articulation, just like the original EzSr, which is an awesome, amazing high grade in and of itself. And this guy just kind of capitalizes on that. Now then, for the stuff that the Intruder can do, as you see, he's got the snub nose beam rifle, but he's also got these awesome gauntlets, which if you pull them off, and you're supposed to keep these white panels here on, but instead of facing backwards like they do here, normally you flip it around, and then you attach it like so, and now he's got like an electro knuckle that he can punch people with. You can do that on both arms. It's pretty cool. And you can either pull the beam sabers out and he goes like that, or you can rotate it, and he comes with two clear pink beams. I don't remember if these are the same beams that came with them though, but they'll just peg in there, and you can have a dual beam saber claw on his arm, which is radical. And stickers for this mode, just the green on the forehead, the green and white on the eyes, and green in the back of the head. So for stickers, this guy doesn't have a whole lot. Oh, also on the radar dome, there are these gold stickers, and that's it. Those are all the stickers on this guy. Now then, let's do a bit of a comparison, because he's a bit tall compared to the original EzSr. Oh no, they're about the same size. I thought they were taller because of the foot. Actually, the EzSr is slightly taller at the head. But this is the original EzSr, so he's cool. And let's do a size comparison with another Gundam. There's the Build Burning. And here I'm going to show off the cannon that comes with the EzSr and the cannon with the ground Gundam. And you see aesthetically they're exactly the same, but they're built completely differently. Because this one was made to be broken apart and put in the backpack. As a matter of fact, I wonder if I take this off. Yes, it can. Give me a moment there. You can take the ground Gundam backpack, and if you pull off this guy's backpack, you can peg it in. That is cool. I didn't know you could do that until just now. So you can have him have the Ground Gundam backpack and wear the Ground Gundam's backpack that comes with the gun, or you can give it the parachute pack that comes with the EZ8. And, while I have that off, I'll show that it is compatible with other build fighter things, like, not this one, that peg was made for something else, but if you pull this thing off of the Powered Arms kit, you can peg that into the back here, and I think that looks cool. He's got the multiple weapons on him. Now then, before I end this video here, I want to show you all the other parts it comes with, because this is a variant on the EZ8, so he comes with a bunch of extra parts from the EZ8. He has the thrusters from the parachute pack, along with the 2 top clamps. Comes with both plates worth of it. Comes with the original side panels that house the beam sabers, the originals front skirts, and the original top of the feet and top of the forearms, along with all these parts. So you also get the same shoulders, the original ankles. You don't get the original feet though. You get the original knees, get the shield mount, you get the original EZ8 head, which is cool. You just get the full head. And the machine gun minus the fold out stock, which is cool. So you can have different kinds of variations. You can't make the original EZ8 with this guy because you're missing the parts for the feet, and outside of that, everything else except for the chest. The chest is actually a different assembly altogether, whereas you see the EZ8 here, the blue part is like flat, well, the white part on here would be the blue part, only it's got those raised bits on the shoulder collar here. It's slightly different, very slightly different. But you can't make the original EZ8 using the EzSr. But you do get a buttload of parts for it. So I'm gonna end the video by turning him into my preferred configuration, how I'm going to have him displayed on my shelf. I'm just gonna do this, move this over here, take this. At least this is how I'm gonna have one of them displayed. When I get 3 more, I'll have them displayed in their standard configurations as a full team. And I don't know, I just really like these shoulders, they're so cool. Same with this head. And this is the way that I'm going to be storing my EZ8 on the shelf, with all the parts from each different version. So he's got the shock knuckles and the beam sabers, the cannon, the missile pods, the camera shoulders, the radar shield, and the cool head. But you can mix and match the parts as you see fit, and he's really, really cool. Now then, for about, let me see, how much was he? For an 1800 yen kit, you get all the cool posability of the EZ8 and a ton of play value with this guy. He is fantastic. I love that you can do so much with him and knock him down, because I'm continuously touching my backdrop here. I love that there's so much you can do with him. There's so many different ways that you can display him. Before I forget, he does have a hole in the bottom for the action base. But it's just really cool. And I highly recommend this guy if you're so inclined. Pick this guy up. He's one of the nicer of the Build Fighter Tri kits that I've gotten so far. I still think the build burning is top tier, mostly because of all of its insane articulation. But the EzSr, there's no slouch. That thing is sick. So yeah, this has been Elite Master, and I'll see you all next time.